Hey, what's going on YouTube? This EXO coming at you here with a massive update of some really important stuff. Now, I gotta explain a lot before I get into the awesome stuff, but stay tuned, shit is about to get serious. For starters, let's go ahead and talk about the awesome time I had trying to sell my van. Now, I can already see you guys at the computer screen going, "What? Trying to sell your van? I already thought you sold your van." Now, I'm gonna explain the whole story, but let me do it in order for you guys. So here we are about 2 weeks ago, and as everybody knows, that's when I first posted the notice of selling my van. So, likewise, I contacted the guy, we talked on the phone, we talked on Facebook, and he told me 100% he wanted this van, told me all the plans that he was going to do with it for the mids and highs, the door pods, the subwoofers, the amps and stuff, and that he was going to actually give it to his wife. So I thought this was 100% legit, so I asked him, "Hey man, can I post up on my Facebook and everywhere else that I 100% sold the van?" The guy says, "Oh yeah, sure man, I can't wait to have that van X." And you can only imagine how happy I was. I freaking sold my van that quick. I was freaking so happy. So the next day, the guy who wants to buy the van gets in contact with me and said that he's gonna have someone call me with all the financial information. He says that he's gonna have his financial advisor call me the next morning at 8:30. So I wake up the next morning at like 8 o'clock and wait for the phone call that never comes. I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. So he called me back, or I call him that later that day, and he says that, oh crap, I forgot or something. I'll have my accountant call you tomorrow. So I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. It was just simple, we forgot. So I wait for the accountant's call the next day. Still no call from the accountant. Now at this point, I had no reason not to believe what the guy was saying. So here I am on the phone with him again, and then he asked me a really weird question. He wants my routing number and my account number for my bank information. In my mind, I thought that he was just gonna instantly wire me the money, but something in my head told me that this wasn't such a great idea. Now I don't know if you guys know this, but in most banking systems, when you have a person's routing and account number, you can access their bank information at any time and withdraw and deposit money at your own will. So I was damn scared to even think about giving that information, so I didn't. Lo and behold, 3 days turns into 4, 4 days turns into 5, and I never received the money. So here it is, like a week later, having a couple conversations about the van in the meantime, until I get a text message probably around December 4th or 5th. I get a text message, and it's from the guy saying he wants to buy my van. I'm reading it, and he says, "I'm on my way into Maine." So I'm like, oh, awesome, the deal's still on. To make me almost have to believe that this guy was playing me seriously, but he wasn't. He was playing me for a fool. I was at exit 32 for about 3 hours just waiting for the guy to show up, because he messaged me after that original text message, "I'm almost into Maine." And if you're almost into Maine, you're about 35 minutes from my house. So likewise, I went right to the destination spot to meet up with the guy. Lo and behold, didn't even come, didn't even pick up the phone. Listen, literally, this is the situation I was in. The guy coming from Florida says he's in my home state, and then I call him 25 million times to try to meet up with him since he's in my state to get my van, and does not contact me, does not text me, doesn't reply. He even lied about the mile markers that he was at to make me think that he was actually on his way, made me sacrifice a lot of my days from November 28th to just yesterday, always being by my phone, not doing much, always thinking that this guy's gonna come and buy my van. I got completely bamboozled, I'm a very trusting individual, and if you tell me something and I don't have a reason not to believe it, why the fuck wouldn't I believe it? He literally played me really well and filled my head with a lot of ideas that, I just fucking soaked up. Now I'm making this video to warn you guys that if anybody ever says they want to buy something from you, make sure that they're serious about it so much as to pay for it, and that you don't go out of your way to do things for an individual that might fuck you over. I totally ruined the back of the van to do a lot of the stuff that I didn't really need to do. I was just removing some stuff because, I was selling it. But now, here's the kicker of this whole situation, guys. I hope you're still watching this video, because if you're not, well, you're missing out on a lot. Something amazing happened because of all this. I'm in communication a lot with Richard of TechforceServices.com. Great friend of mine, always been there for me, and he's actually the person who I was already planning on buying my next vehicle from for $4,000. I was really excited to sell my van so I could buy this Ford Expedition. With me under the impression that I was gonna buy it without me knowing it, Richard from Techforce Services posts up on Facebook last night that him and his wife have decided to give me the vehicle that I was under the impression of buying for $4,000, the Ford Expedition that I just told you guys about. At first I was actually kind of reluctant to accept it, but after a little bit, I started to have the greatest idea. My van means so much to me, just as much as Frankenstein would ever mean to Richard, that I want to give away, just as he did, my van. I want to give it away flat up to somebody like you, who really wants it, who really thinks that they could do something with it, who can pump the bass with the 18s, and I really want to give it to you. I'm looking at you right now. Like, I will drive it to your house if within reason, if you can help me get back home. I live in southern Maine. If you're a nearby, you know, neighbor of within the next few states, within the next couple 100 miles, I will personally deliver this van to you. And you know, just help me out, get me home. That's all I ask. Help me out with a bus ticket, and I'll be happy. The Expedition has a system in it right now, but don't worry, I'm not going to be keeping that. I'm actually be doing 4 XXXs. As you can see, I got my gear right behind me, and then I'll be shipping back the gear to Richard at Spring Break Nationals. He's just really giving me something to listen to in the meantime, while I got this whole massive build going on, and trying to plan for it, trying to build up for it, and just trying to get everything in order. You know what I mean, guys? But basically, this video was to explain why I still have the van, how I went about me still having the van, basically the whole story of it, and I wanted to explain how, the story of Richard, and how appreciative and how moved I was last night. I was on the phone with JP when it all happened, and literally, dude, like I know JP could tell. I was like losing my shit on the phone. I was silent. I literally just read it. I was like, dude, you gotta read this, and then I told him I had to go and call Richard. You know, Techforce Services Richard has always been there for me in every single situation, whether it be, you know, I need to talk and fucking cuss at someone on the phone. He will be that little guinea pig that I can just talk to and fucking cuss out. I try to always do everything I can for him as well, and everybody, you know. It's a really big world, and if you can touch one person's life that is as big of a heart as Richard, I know that you're going to touch more than one just for touching that one life, because Richard, just like he said to me, pays it forward. And that's what I'm doing. I'm paying it forward, guys. I'm giving away the Soundstream van, the EXO van. It's just a great opportunity for both you and I to get to know each other. And it'll be a great, you know, we can meet up. I can give you the van. We can fucking go out to lunch and just shoot the shit, you know, have a good time. And I'm really trying to find someone who doesn't necessarily, you know, have 3 cars already and have, you know, this system and this system. I'm looking for someone who, yes, might have some gear, might have some money to get some gear, but I'm looking for more of an up-and-coming and someone who's aspiring to be something, because this van, you know, really came from nothing to a lot. And so that's what I'm trying to help somebody right now, come from aspirations to reality, you know, like someone who's always wanted something but never had the means, the funds, or the knowledge, or the time to do it. So if you're one of these people who has the money to potentially buy some 18s, maybe even compete with this bitch, let me know, because I will seriously consider you. For any person who says that they deserve it, I will definitely consider you. Any person. So comment in this video. I want you to comment, you know, what you have, what you plan on getting. Obviously, it has to be 18s. And, you know, you gotta have, you know, wire, obviously, the money to either get the wire and the 18s and amps, or already have all that shit, which would be really great. And that's really the best way that this whole situation is gonna work out, with someone who's already partially wanting to be or in the game, and who doesn't have necessarily the means to do everything that this van can do. So I don't want to make this video go on for like 20 minutes. I don't even know how long it's been going on right now. But literally, that's what I want to do, guys. I'm paying it forward, and I'm giving away my van. So in the comments below, please tell me where you live. Tell me the disturbing aspect of your story. Tell me, you know, what you plan on getting, and you know, just try to, you know, just be yourself, really. I don't want anybody to be like, yo, well, pity party. I'm not gonna fucking look at the pity parties and say, I lost this, I lost that. I don't care what you lost. I do care what you lost, but this is what you can gain. I want you to tell me what you can gain by all of this shit. You know what I mean? I don't want a pity party for anybody, and I'm not gonna say, you know, I'm not gonna give it to someone who has the best sob story. It's gonna be the exact opposite. I'm gonna give it to someone who has the happiest, most engaging, and almost like, you know, Like, I want someone that gives me the feeling that this person is gonna fucking pound the shit out of this van, and they're gonna continue its legacy 100% true. So, Richard, this is what you have inspired today, this early morning, December. The season of giving continues on giving. Post a video response of what you guys do today or within the next couple days. This is what I want to do. And I cannot wait to get Frankenstein, Richard, Michelle, everybody who's involved with this, all of this. I love you guys. Oh, one more thing. I'm going to Tennessee. I'm going to Tennessee to pick this up next week. A week from today. Today is Saturday. So let's get this done, guys. I want to give away my van in the next 7 days. Let's get this EXO out of the driveway. We can get this fucking new guy hooked up straight. I can't wait to hook some guy up with this van. It's going to be so cool to see the look on his face. So, alright, guys. Richard, Michelle, EXO, this whole big community, we love you guys. So as on behalf of Techforce Services, EXO Contrato, EXOabigdeal, we love you guys, and we will talk to you in the next video. Let's see who's got the next van. EXO, signing out.